If you don't maintain the building, it's going to go down the drain. 47% of all condominiums or strata title buildings do not conform to Bomba regulations. If you change all the internal pipes, it'll cost you 600,000 ringgit. It'll cost you about 1.1 million ringgit, 485,000 ringgit in the last 10 months. A lot of councils will say, "Tabole, I don't want to pay." Is that true?
Here I am at Seputeh. Some of the high-rise here has been more than 20 to 30 years, but it still remains solid. The reason is very simple: strong management and community standard. Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan. Today I'm meeting the chairman of this building to find out what keeps this 30 years old condo strong and solid. Let's get started. Why do some of the old condos still stay premium at this moment?
Main reason, it's called planned maintenance. If you don't maintain the building, it's going to go down the drain. First of all, if you've got to get your maintenance fees in. If the people aren't going to pay their maintenance fees, you're not going to upkeep. A building like this, it takes a lot of money to keep up. You know, you've got your pumps. In a building like this, you have 32 pumps. You've got electrical systems, you've got fire systems, you've got the rubbish systems, you've got the internet systems. It's all got to be kept on a month-to-month basis. Gardening, painting, you know, a building like this, you've got to paint it every 10 years. But also in the public areas, it's going to be painted month-to-month basis. A lot of condominiums, they don't upkeep and they don't look after their planned maintenance. So after 1 or 2 years, it gets shabby. As soon as it gets shabby, the valuation goes down.
What is a common challenge of managing the building or maintaining the building?
Getting the maintenance fees in on a month-to-month basis.
Do you face this problem?
I don't face these problems because I have been chairman of this condo 5 times in the last 30 years, and you've got to have a strong arm tactic. For a condo like this, we need about 60,000 a month. We chase hard our money. And if they don't obey, then there are restrictions. You go to the Commission of Buildings, you look at their regulations, and you apply those regulations. A lot of buildings don't apply the laws of this country. If you look at the strict laws in this country, you can use those laws, apply them, and people will pay up. And if you really want to go to the extreme, you can go to COB when they don't pay their bills, or you can apply CETOS or debt management, which you don't want to go to. So there's a little threat level, but in the long run, they will pay. A 30-year-old building has depreciation. I've spent 485,000 ringgit in the last 10 months, upgrading the fire system, upgrading the pumps, upgrading the electrical. If the previous management, previous councils in the last 25 years had done planned maintenance, 95% of that cost wouldn't have been needed. Simple. You don't upgrade your pumps, you don't upgrade your water tanks, you're going to pay in the long run. If you've got a pump that's breaking now and the gasket is broken and it's going to cost you 500 ringgit, a lot of councils will say, "Tabole, I don't want to pay." But in 3 or 4 years' time, it's just like a car. You got a small leak, it gets a big leak. And one example, it's 500 ringgit for a gasket. 4 years later, we had to change the whole pump for 16,000 ringgit. So what do you want to pay? 500 ringgit or 16,000 ringgit? And that's the biggest challenge. Convincing people, and it's not their fault, but convincing council members who are not literate or who have no knowledge about buildings. You know, you look at any building like this, you have an architect, you have an accountant, you have a buildings person, you have a lawyer. You should use those people with strengths and use them to look after your building. You know, we need people to look after strata management. You go and speak to the lawyer. We have got problems with the structure of the building. You use the internal accountant or the internal architect. And that's the main challenge is looking after the building. If it's maintained on a regular basis, on a quarterly basis, monthly basis, then you should have no problems at all. One of the most important things for a condominium, be it new or old, is having a good fire arrestors installed in your building. Because of all the lightning on a month-to-month basis here, if you're caught on, right, and then it's not serviced on a year-to-year basis, the building will come down. So the main areas you got to look at is Bomba, fire. Secondly is your pumps, okay, your water pumps. We've just spent 120,000 ringgit changing our main water tank downstairs, which hasn't been replaced for 30 years. It had 4.5 inches of rust in it. We have to change all the pipes. Also, it's the painting. A typical condominium, we've got 115 apartments. It'll cost you about 1.1 million ringgit to repaint this building. And a building like this should be repainted normally every 10 or 12 years. 65% of that cost is labor and scaffolding. But the public areas, the entrance to the building, the roads coming up are going to be painted on a year-to-year basis. We're in a hot, humid country here, and there's a lot of mold, humidity, which causes problems to paint. So if you don't update it, your property value will go down, and it's all to do with perception. You'll see there's 16 workers working downstairs. All the public areas are painted on a year-to-year basis, but the structural part of the building is currently being painted right now. The swimming pool as well, that's another area. Swimming pool is going to be fully maintained. The next thing you've got to look after is your lifts. So if you don't maintain your lifts, like a lot of people don't maintain lifts, it's going to cost you a fortune. Replace 2 lifts in a building like this, 1 million ringgit.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh. Dominic doesn't just share about what keeps this building well run. He also lives in this duplex penthouse with a breathtaking KL view like this. But what makes this unit special isn't only the view. The layout is practical with a clear separation between the public zone on the lower floor and the private zone on the upper floor. It comes with 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms. Let's step inside and hear what Dominic has to say about this penthouse.
When I visited, I think it was about 46 different condominiums. The main reason I chose this condominium, because it was quiet, low density. You're not going to get any better view than KL from here. Also, the 14 meters high ceiling is appreciated. Seputeh, low density, affluent area, quiet, very close to the city. We've got the convenience of having Kwang Cheng School, which is 3 minutes from the condo. We've got Mid-Valley, which is exactly 12 minutes walk or 2 minutes in the car. We've got the Tenure Temple, which is right beside us. So non-peak hours going to Bangsar will take you 5 minutes. 2 minutes to Mid-Valley. 10 minutes to Kampong Baru, right? 8 clear location. Do you know an apartment like this in Paris would go for about 25 million euros in Paris?
That was very insightful information about maintenance planning that's kept this building solid for decades. Really thanks for Dominic Times and letting us to view his penthouse.
That's right. If you would like to view this penthouse at Bukit Robson, contact us at the number below. We will arrange a private viewing and walk you through this building. This is Jessica from Polygon Properties.
This is Jonathan from J.Media, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.